Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are beginning the chapter 15, King Prithu's appearance and coronation. Another major section in the fourth canto. In the first 7 chapters of the fourth canto are chapter 2 to chapter 7, we discussed Daksha Yajna. And then chapter 8 to chapter 12 is the Dhruva Maharaj story. 13th and 14th chapter is the descendants of Dhruva Maharaj. In that we discuss the story of Anga Maharaj and Vena. Now from chapter 15 to 23, these 9 chapters describe the story of Prthu Maharaj. Begins with, last time we discussed that how the Brahmanas, they chanted some mantra and then they churned the body of King Vena. And initially a blackish complexion personality, he appeared from that. And called as Bahuka. All his limbs were very short. So that blackish person represented the sins performed by Vena. But after that Bahuka, after that personality, then when they continued churning, then Prithu Maharaj just appeared from that. Just like in the Samudra Manthan, initially the poison appeared, Kalakuta poison. But later, the Amrita came at the end. So similarly, here first the Bahuka came and then the appearance of Prithu Maharaj. Maitreya Uvacha
Maitreya Uvacha
Atatasya Punarvipraihi
Atatasya Punarviprair
Aputrasya Mahipatehe
Aputrasya Mahipatehe
Bahubhyam Matyamanabhyam
Bahubhyam Mathyamanabhyam
Mithunam Samapadyata.
Mithunan Samapadyata.
Read the translation.
The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Vidura, thus the Brahmanas and the great sages again churned the 2 arms of King Vena's dead body. As a result, a male and a female couple came out of his arms.
So Punaha Vipraihi, when the sages again churned the 2 arms of the sonless King Vena. Bahubhyam, Vena himself did not have any son. Aputrasya. When they churned the 2 arms of the sonless King Vena, Mithunam Samapadyata. A couple appeared. A couple appeared. So this chapter describes the birth of Archi and Pruthu. Who appeared from the churning of the Vena sounds. And this chapter also describes the coronation of Prithu Maharaj. And then how the next chapter will continue, how the people glorified Prithu Maharaj. So what should the father's lineage and the power of the sacrifice to Vishnu produce? What should the father's lineage anyway, so Prithu Maharaj and Archi, Prithu Maharaj is an Amsha of Vishnu, Shaktyavesh Avatar, and Archi is an Amsha of Lakshmi Devi. They are living entities, but empowered with the power of the Lord. So Prithu Maharaj is a Shaktyavesh Avatar, both of them appeared. So we see that Initially, Bahuka appeared, and then when they continued churning, Prthu Maharaj appeared. His Holiness Radhanath Maharaj says that sometimes when we are doing our meditation or our chanting, a lot of poison starts coming out of us. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Mada, Matsara. And we actually see all this stuff that is already there. But however, that Kama, Krodha, etc., which comes out, that should not discourage us. We should not give in to those things. Rather, if we just tolerate them and continue with our spiritual practice, gradually it will all be removed. And then the real nectar, which we are all seeking, will be forever ours. So, in another class, Maharaj mentioned the Brahmanas means. So, here we see Brahmanas churned the body of Vena by chanting the mantras, and then Prithu Maharaj appeared. So Maharaj mentioned that Vena was churned and Prithu came out. Similarly, we have to learn to churn our hearts even in the most difficult times. And how did the Brahmanas churn? They chant by chanting a mantra. It is not that they put a churning rod on him. They churned him by chanting a mantra. And by churning, first the bad thing came out and then the good thing came out. So the divine Prithu Maharaj came after the Bahuka. And Vena is a personification of sin. The divine personality Prithu Maharaj came out of ignorance, came out of a sinful personality. Or the light came out of the darkness. And this is the process of Krishna consciousness. Through the mantra, through our devotional activities, churning Krishna out of the Maya and ignorance of our hearts. So our heart may be filled with ignorance, just like Vena was a personification of sin and ignorance. But just like the Brahmanas, they chanted the mantra. Similarly, when we churn our heart by chanting the mantra, Krishna consciousness will come out. And Krishna consciousness is a natural propensity of a living entity. The potential to develop Krishna Prema is a dormant in the heart of a living entity. So, sometimes we say, like father, like son. But this does not apply to Prithu Maharaj. He was exactly the opposite to Vena. Vena wanted all credit for himself. But Prithu was exactly opposite to that. We will see that later in this chapter, or in the next chapter. Prithu Maharaj did not want credit for himself. Exactly opposite to Vena. Vena disrespected the Brahmanas, but Prithu's attitude with the Brahmanas was exactly opposite. So, Prithu Maharaj was born when the Brahmanas churned the body of the demoniac king Vena by chanting mantras. So, just by the very birth, Prithu Maharaj is teaching us that if we keep the holy name and the association of the devotees as the main priority in our life, then even an inauspicious situation will be turned into an auspicious situation. Because from the inauspicious Vena, auspicious Prithu Maharaj was born. In other words, bhakti is the process of turning curses into blessings. And performing bhakti means chanting of the holy names and the association of the devotees, keeping that as a priority, keeping that at the center of the line. And a true Brahmana or a true Vaishnava is one who can turn the inauspicious, disgraceful situation into an auspicious, glorious situation. And these Brahmanas, they churned the body of Vena and then they made Prthu Maharaj appear. I will just come 2 minutes. So next shloka. Tadrishtva mithunam jatam
तद्दृष्ट्वा मिथुनं जातं
ऋषयो ब्रह्मवादिनः
रसयो ब्रह्मवादिनः
ऊचु परमसन्तुष्टा
ऊचुः परमसन्तुष्टा
विदित्वा भगवत्कलाम्.
विदित्वा भगवत्कलाम्. Translation: The great sages were highly learned in Vedic knowledge. When they saw the male and female born of the arms of Vena's body, they were very pleased, for they could understand that the couple was an expansion of a plenary portion of Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So Brahmavadibihi means Brahma refers to the Vedas. So Brahmavadinaha. So Brahmavadinaha means those who are knowledgeable of the Vedas. Tad drishtva, seeing Prithu Maharaj and Archi appear, the sages were parama santushta. They were highly satisfied. Because why they were highly satisfied? Bhagavat kalam viditva. Bhagavat kala means a portion of Bhagavan. The portion of Bhagavan have appeared. Understanding that, they became highly satisfied, and then Vuchuhu, they spoke as follows. Next shloka. So Prabhupada says that the method adopted by the sages who learned in the Vedas was perfect. They removed all the reactions of Vena's sinful activities by first giving birth to Bahuka, and then now Prithu Maharaj is born. So now the Vena's body is purified. So now a male and female came out of it, and they could understand they are the expansion of Vishnu. So the expansion, of course, was not Vishnu Tattva. Prithu Maharaj is not Vishnu Tattva, he belongs to Jiva Tattva, Prithu and Archi. So they are the Avesha expansions. I mean, Shakti Avesha avatar. When a Jivatma is empowered with a particular power, then is a Shakti Avesha avatar. Rishaya Vuchuhu.
ऋषय ऊचुः
Yesha Vishnur Bhagavatah
एष विष्णोर्भगवतः
Kala Bhuvana Palini
कला भुवनपालिनी
Yam Cha Lakshmya Sambhutihi
इयं च लक्ष्म्या समभूतिः
Purushasyana Payini.
पुरुषस्यानपायिनी. Translation: The great sages said, the male is a plenary expansion of the power of Lord Vishnu, who maintains entire universe, and the female is a plenary expansion of the goddess of fortune, who is never separated from the Lord. Prabhuji,
So,
here I have a question.
hmm.
Now, it is said that Prthu Maharaj was the Shaktiavesh avatar, and a living entity, the Lord empowers him with his Shakti. So my question is, when after the pastime, when they go back to Vaikuntha, so they remain as the Lord's devotee with 400 forms, or there is the eternal Vaikuntha lok where Lord Prithu and Mother Archi resides.
So they come from Vaikuntha, they will remain as the devotees there. There is
Yes.
no Prthu Loka. There is no Prthu
Ah,
Loka.
yeah, that was my confusion. Okay, thank you, Prabhu. Hari.
So the sages are saying that Yesha Vishnoho Bhagavatah Kala is an expansion of the Supreme Lord. And Bhuvana Palini, and she is the maintainer of the world. And Lakshmiya Sambhuti, an expansion of Lakshmi. And what is the nature of Lakshmi? Purushasya Anapayini. Lakshmi is inseparable from the Lord. And she is an expansion of that Lakshmi. So, therefore, that is why the demons' attitude is that they try to separate Lakshmi from Narayana. The demon's attitude is that they always try to go against the natural system. Hiranyakashipu tried to send pious people to hell and sinful people to heaven. Similarly, the natural thing is that Lakshmi is inseparable from the Lord. But demons try to separate Lakshmi from Narayana. Ravana separated Sita from Ram. Shurpanaka tried to separate Sita from Ram. And Vishwamitra united Sita with Ram. And that brings auspiciousness to the entire world. So Vishwamitra, he fulfilled the meaning behind his name, friend of the whole universe, when he actually united Sita with Ram. So for Anapayini, this is also important word. And so Prabhupada says in one purport that when the goddess of fortune understands that a devotee is in favor of a devotional service to Narayana, she is naturally inclined to bless the devotee with all opulences. But the karmis, they try to receive the favor and mercy of Lakshmi, but because they are not devotees of Narayana, their opulence is flickering. But the opulence of the devotees who are attached to the service of Narayana is not like the opulence of the karmis. The opulence of the devotee is as permanent as the opulence of Narayana. Therefore, if somebody wants a permanent opulence, then one should engage in the service of Narayana. Then Lakshmi Devi will bless that person with a permanent opulence. Next shloka. So Prabhupada emphasizes that generally people are fond of the goddess of fortune. They want her favor in the form of the riches. But Lakshmi should be worshipped along with Vishnu. Because Anapayini, Purushasya Anapayini. They should not be regarded separately. If a materialist follows the policy of Ravana, who wanted to separate Sita from Ramachandra, the process of separation will vanquish him. So those who are very rich and have taken favor of the goddess of fortune in this world must engage their money in the service of the Lord. In this way, they can continue in their opulent position without disturbance. Next shloka. Ayam tu pratamo ragyam.
Ayam tu pramo Prathamoragnyam.
Puman pratayita yashah.
Uman prathayita shayashah.
Pruturnama maharajo.
Prthurnama maharajo.
Bhavishyati prutushravah.
Bhavishyati pruthushravah. Of the two, the male was able to expand his reputation throughout the world. His name will be Prthu. Indeed, he will be the first among the kings.
So Pratamo Ragyam, he will be the first among the kings. Pratayita Yashah, he will increase his fame. Pratayita Yashah. So in the shloka, the meaning behind the name Prithu is mentioned. The first point is he's the first among the kings. He's the best among the kings. Second point is that Pratayita Yashah, he will increase his fame. And Prutur Nama Maharajo, he will be named Prithu because Bhavishyati Prutushravaha. He will be a great king, widely known, and thus will be named Prithu. Bhavishyati Prutushravaha. So, another point Vishwanath Chakravarti says is that the Brahmanas, they churned the arms of Vena. That signifies that the power of the Kshatriyas and the power of the Lord lie in the arms of the Kshatriyas. The power of the Lord, the power of the Kshatriyas lie in the arms. So this verse explains the derivation of the Prithu's name. That Pratayita Yashah Prithu. So Prabhupada says that there are different types of avatars, and say Garuda and Lord Shiva and Ananta, they are all very powerful incarnations of the Brahman feature of the Lord. Similarly, Shachipati or Indra is an incarnation of the lusty feature of the Lord. Aniruddha is an incarnation of the Lord's mind. King Prithu is an incarnation of the ruling force of the Lord. So Prithu Maharaj is an incarnation of the ruling potency of the Lord. Therefore, he is called as Adi Raja, first among the kings, or Pratamo Raja. So the sages, they predicted the future activities of Prithu. Iyam cha sudati devi.
Iyam cha sudati devi.
Guna bhushana bhushana.
Guna bhushana bhushana.
Archir nama vararoha.
Archiru nama vararoha.
Prutumeva varundhati.
Ritumeva varundati. Translation: the female has such beautiful teeth and beautiful qualities that she will actually beautify the ornaments she wears. Her name will be Archi. In the future, she will accept King Pruthu as her husband.
So, Sudati Devi, this divine woman with fine teeth. Devi means divine woman. Sudati means with a fine teeth. Guna Bhushana Bhushana. That means who enhances all the ornaments and the good qualities. Or Prabhupada says that she will actually beautify the ornament she wears by her beautiful qualities. Just like the Bhagavatam regarding Krishna, it is mentioned that the shloka. Param Padam Bhushana Bhushana. Yanmartya Leelau Payukam Swayoga Maya Balam Darshayita Grihitam Vismapanam Swasyacha Saubagarde Param Padam Bhushana Bhushanangam. So Krishna's body is an ornament for the ornaments. The ornaments become beautified by the contact with Krishna's body. So similarly, the ornaments became beautified because of Archie's qualities, or the qualities became beautified because of the contact with Archie. Because of contact with Archie. There is another shloka in the fifth canto. The fifth canto, regarding Lord Ram, it is mentioned. Regarding Lord Ram, it is mentioned that Sadhu Vada Nikashanaya. Sadhu Vada Nikashanaya means the Lord is like a stone for examining all the good qualities of a sadhu. That means there is a touchstone which is used to examine the quality of gold. But Lord Ram is like the touchstone that can verify all good qualities. That means the good qualities, they become beautified because of coming in contact with Ram. So similarly, here Archie's ornaments and the qualities became beautified because of being placed in Archie. Normally, in the case of a normal living entity, because of the qualities, that person is glorified. We say, oh, this person is good because he has these qualities. Like that, because of those qualities, we actually glorify a person. But in the case of Krishna, or Krishna's expansions, Lakshmi's expansions, the qualities become beautified because of coming in contact with Krishna. Ornaments become beautified because of coming in contact with the Lord. So therefore, Guna Bhushana Bhushana, that is this one. And then Archir Nama, she will be named Archi. And Prutum Eva Avarundati, she will accept Prthu as her husband. So here they are talking about Archi. And the next shloka. Yesha Sakshadhare Ramsho
एष साक्षाद्धरेर् अंशो
Jato Lokari Rakshaya
जातो लोकविवक्षया
Yam Cha Tatpara Hishrihi
इयं च तत्परा हि श्री
Anujagnyena Payini.
अनुजज्ञेन पायिनी. Translation: in the form of King Prthu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has appeared through a part of his potency to protect the people of the world. The goddess of fortune is the constant companion of the Lord, and therefore she has incarnated partially as Archi to become King Pruthu's queen.
So, Yesha Sakshat Harer Amshaha Jato Loka Rirakshaya, a portion of the Supreme Lord, Harer Amshaha, he has been born with a desire to protect the world. Loka Rirakshaya, with a desire to protect the world. Pruthu has appeared for that purpose. And Iyam Cha Tat Para, she, Archi, is dedicated to him. And Anujagne Anapayini, again the word Anapayini is used. In the same words also we discussed in Bhagavad Sandarbha, that she is inseparable from Prthu. So with a desire to, and Prthu has appeared with a desire to protect the world. So Prabhupada quotes that whenever one sees an extraordinary power, one should conclude that a specific partial representation of the Supreme Lord is present. Yadyat vibhutimat sattvam Srimat Urjitam Evava Tattat Evava Gachatvam Mama Tejomsha Sambhava. When you see some extraordinary power, you should conclude that a specific Amsha of the Supreme Lord is present. So there are innumerable such personalities. But not all of them are direct Vishnu Tattva, plenary expansions of the Lord. Many living entities are classified among the Shakti Tattva. Some are Jiva Tattva, some are Shakti Tattva, some are Vishnu Tattva, and some are Shiva Tattva. Such incarnations, Shakti Tattva, that means some people are empowered with a particular Shakti. Narada Muni is empowered with the Shakti to propagate Bhakti. The four Kumaras are empowered with the Shakti to propagate the Jnana Marga. Ananta Shesha is empowered with the Shakti to hold the universe. So Prthu Maharaj is a Shaktyavesha Avatara. He is empowered with the ruling potency, Loka Rirakshaya. And Archi is a Shaktyavesha Avatara of Lakshmi Devi. Maitreya Uvacha.
Maitreya Uvacha.
Prashamsanti sma tam vipra.
Prashamsamsti smatam vipra.
Gandharva pravara jaguhu.
Gandharva pravara jaguhu.
Mumuchussu manodharaha.
Mumuschu sumanodharaha.
Siddha nrityanti swastriyah.
Siddha nrityanti swastritaya. The great sage Maitreya continued, My dear Viduraji, at the time of all the Brahmanas highly praised and glorified King Prthu, and the best singers of the Gandharva Loka chanted his glories. The inhabitant of Siddhaloka showered flowers, and the beautiful women in the heavenly planets danced in ecstasy.
So there are four verbs are there. Prashamsanti, jaguhu, mumuchuhu, and nrityanti. Four verbs are there. Vipraha prashamsanti. The Brahmanas praised him. Gandharva pravaraha jaguhu. Gandharva pravara is the subject for the jaguhu. The best among the Gandharvas, they sang. Sumanodaraha mumuchuhu. Sumanodaraha mumuchuhu. The Siddhas showered flowers. Sumanodara means shower of flowers. Siddhaha sumanodaraha mumuchuhu. Sumanas refer to flower actually. One meaning of sumana means a good mind, but another meaning is that it means a flower. Kumana sumanastohi yati yasya padabjayoho sumano arpana matrena tam chaitanya prabhum bhaje. Simply by offering a flower with love and devotion to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, a person with a bad mind becomes a person with a good mind. So Sumano means a flower, but Sumano Dara means a shower of flowers. So Siddhas, the residents of Siddhaloka, they showered flowers upon Prthu and Archi. And Swastriyaha Nrityanti, the women of Swargaloka, they danced. Shankaturya Mrudangadya Nedu Dundubayo Divi Tatra Sarva Upajagmuhu Devarshi Pitrinam Ganaha. So conches, trumpets, drums and kettle drums, they sounded in the sky. Divi Neduhu. And the Devarshi Pitrinam, the groups of the Devatas, sages and Pitras, they arrived there. Upajagmuhu. Further, Brahma Jagat Gurur Devaihi Sahasritya Sureshwaraihi Vainyasya Dakshine Haste Drishtva Chinnam Gadabhrataha Padayor Aravindam Cha Tamvai Mene Hare Kalam Yasya Pratihatam Chakram Amshassa Parameshtinaha. So then, Brahma, who is the Jagat Guru, the Guru of the universe, Devaihi Saha, along with the Devatas, he arrived there. Devaihi Saha Asritya. Saha Asritya, arriving there. After arriving there, what did Brahma see? Vainyasya, Vena. From the Vena, the word Vainya comes. It's like Aditi and Aditya. Aditya means the sons of Aditi, the Devatas. Dasharatha and Dasharati. Dasharati refers to the son of Dasharatha. Similarly, Vena and Vainya. Pandu and Pandava. So in the Vedic tradition, the Sanatan Dharma, there's a tradition to address a person in relation to his father, in relation to his mother, in relation to the dynasty in which he is born. So Vainya means the son of Vena. So Vainyasya Dakshine Haste, on the right hand, Drishtva Chinnam Gadabhrataha, Brahmaji saw the mark of a Gadabhrata. He saw the mark of a club on the Pruthu's right hand. And then Padayoho Aravindamcha, he saw the lotus on his feet. After seeing that, Tamvai Mene Hare Kalam, then he understood that this Pruthu is a Kala of Vishnu. He is a portion of Vishnu. So, Yasya Apratihatam Chakram Amshassa Parameshtina. And Apratihatam Chakram Amshassa Parameshtina. His other lines were the same as the Lord's, was a portion of the Lord. So, whatever symbols, when the Lord Vishnu appears in the Lord Vishnu's body, there are specific marks on the soles of his feet, on the palm of his hand. The same marks were visible in Prthu. So therefore, Brahmaji did not accept Prthu as blindly as an Shaktiavesh avatar. He accepted Prthu as a Shaktiavesh avatar, seeing these marks. So Apratihata means his hand was not different with its other lines. So all the other marks are supposed to be present. They were also present in Prthu Maharaj. So we see here, the Prabhupada says that there is a system by which one can detect an avatar of the Supreme Lord. In one purport in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Prabhupada quotes a scripture called as Nyagrodha Parimandala, which talks about the different symbols which are present in great personalities, by which you can recognize the great personalities. But nowadays, people accept anybody cheaply as an avatar. Just like there are duplicate goods available in the market. Similarly, there are duplicate avatars also available in the Kali Yuga. So, Brahmaji personally examined the hands and feet of Prthu. So, in their prophecies, the Brahmanas and sages accepted Prthu as an incarnation. But during the presence of Krishna, there was a king Poundraka who also claimed that that he is Vasudeva. So therefore, one should accept an incarnation according to the symptoms mentioned in the Shastra. Without these symptoms, the pretender is subject to be killed by the authorities for pretending to be an incarnation of God. So that is why Krishna went and killed the Poundraka. It will become a great cheating actually. So there are different criteria by which one can accept an incarnation. First is that in which Shastra he is mentioned as Bhagavan. That's the first one. Second is that if somebody is an incarnation, he should be able to show the universal form, just like Krishna showed the universal form. And third criteria is that what all Acharyas and Mahajanas have accepted that person as a Bhagavan. That's the third criteria. And fourth is the superhuman activities of that personality. कृतवान् किल कर्माणि सहरामेण केशवः अतिमर्त्याणि भगवान् गूढकपटमानुषः. Krishna performed superhuman activities. Atimartyani karmani. That's why Kuresh has written a grantha called as Ati Manusha Stava. The glorification of that superhuman personality. And then fifth criteria is that there must be divine markings on the body of that personality of God. Just like here. So these are some of the criteria. So therefore, one should not get misled by many cheap incarnations. So one may respect Sai Baba, but calling him as Bhagavan, that is definitely a mistake. Okay, if he has done some good work for the society, social service, you respect him for that. But calling him as Bhagavan is a great mistake, because such kind of deviant sects are prevalent in Kali Yuga actually. There are many people, like crores worth temples are built for Sai Baba, considering him as Bhagavan. People go to Shirdi, other things. So therefore, these are the criteria by which one can accept somebody as Krishna. Next shloka. तस्याभिषेक आरब्धो ब्राह्मणैर्ब्रह्मवादिभिः अभिषेचनिकान् अस्मै आजह्रुः सर्वतो जनाः. The Brahmavadibihi, the Brahmanas knowledgeable of the Vedas, Abhishek, they arranged for the coronation. Before the coronation, Abhishek is performed. So Abhishecha Nikan Asmai Ajakru Sarvatojana. The many people, they brought different ingredients for the Abhisheka. So that is described. So when you read the 8th canto, 8th chapter, you will see the elaborate description of the Abhisheka of Rama Devi, Lakshmi Devi. When Lakshmi Devi appeared from the Samudra Manthan, how they performed Abhishek and respected. Now in this chapter, the Abhishek of Prthu Maharaj, his coronation is described. So Sarit Samudra Girayo Naga Gava Kaga Mrigaha Dyaukshiti Sarvabhutani Samajakrur Upayanam. The rivers, oceans, mountains, snakes, cows, birds, animals, sky, earth, and all living beings offered gifts. Sarvabhutani Upayanam Samajakruhu. So, 13th shloka. Somebody can repeat. Sobhishikto Maharajah.
सोऽभिषिक्तो महाराजः
Suvasa Sadvalankritaha.
सुवासा साध्वलङ्कृतः
Patnyarchishalankrtaya.
पत्यार्चिशालङ्कृतया
Virejegnirivaparah.
विरेजेग्निरिवापः. Thus the great king Prthu, exquisitely dressed with garments and ornaments, was coronated and placed on the throne. The king and his wife Archi, who was also exquisitely ornamented, appeared exactly like fire.
Abhishiktaha, having been bathed. Suvasa Sadvalankrita, he was ornamented properly and dressed nicely. Patnya Archisha Alankritaya, along with his ornamented wife Archi, Vireje Agniriva, Aparaha Agniriva Vireje. He appeared like a second fire god. He was so effulgent. And then there is a description of how the different devatas came and offered different gifts to Prthu. Tasmai Jahara Danadaha. Kuvera offered a golden throne, Haimam. Hima means gold. Haimam refers to the golden throne. Haimam Veera Varasanam. He offered a golden throne. Varunaha Salila Sravam. Atapatram Shashiprabam. Varuna offered an Atapatra means umbrella. Shashiprabam. This umbrella was brilliant like a moon, effulgent like a moon. And Salila Srava means flowing with water. That means umbrella, it would give you some pleasing shower also. Usually we take umbrella for protecting ourselves from rain or sun. But here it is said that Salila Sravam. Salila Sravam means this umbrella constantly sprayed fine particles of water. Salila Sravam. And was brilliant like the moon. Shashi Prabham. And then further, Vayushcha Vala Vyajane. Vayu offered two chamaras. Vyajane is in Dvivachan. Dharma Kirtimayam Srajam. Sraja means a garland. Kirtimayim Srajam. Dharma personified offered a garland of fame. And Indra Kiritam Utkrishtam. Indra offered an excellent crown. And Dandam Samyamanam Yamaha. Yama offered a punishing rod. The king would have they would have a punishing rod. I think last year or something. Something happened when the new parliament was made in India. They brought what is called as a Sengol. Sengol is a Tamil word. But Sengol is basically the same punishing rod which a king would keep. Traditionally, Dharmic kings would keep a Sengol, a punishing rod. So that Sengol was made in a particular place in Tamil Nadu, and then they brought that Sengol to the parliament. There was some ceremony which was conducted. So Yama offered a punishing rod. Dandam Samyamanam Yamaha. And then Brahmamayam Varma. Varma means a armor. Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, last shloka, the word comes. Bruhi Yogeshware Krishne Brahmanye Dharma Varmani. So Krishna is like the armor for Dharma. Krishna protects Dharma. So Brahma offered an armor made of the Vedas, Brahmamayam Varma. And Bharati Haram Uttamam. Bharati means Saraswati. She offered a necklace. Uttamam Haram, excellent necklace. Hari Sudarshanam Chakram. Lord Hari, Lord Vishnu offered a Sudarshan Chakra. And Tat Patni Avyahatam Shriyam. Lakshmi Devi offered imperishable wealth. Avyahatam Shriyam. So we can see, more description is there. So what we see here that how for a devotee, how all the devatas, they become very happy to give blessings to the devotee. Bhagavatam talks about the shloka, Yasyasti Bhaktir Bhagavat Yakinchana Sarvair Gunais Tatra Samasate Suraha Harava Bhaktasya Kuto Mahadguna Manoratena Satidavato Bhagihi. A person who is an unflinching servitor of Bhagavan, all the good qualities of the devatas appear in such a person. So here all the devatas, they come and offered gifts to the person, to Prthu Maharaj. There's another in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Rupa Goswami quotes a shloka, I think from Skanda Purana or some Purana, for offering notable prayers in front of the deity of the Lord. When a person offers notable prayers the standard prayers in front of the deity of Krishna, such a person becomes worshipable by the devatas. He becomes worshipable for the devatas. In this way, here all the devatas they came and offered wonderful gifts. Dasha asim rudraha shatachandram tatambika. Rudra offered asi means a sword. And that sword had Dasha Chandram. It had 10 moons. And Ambika means Durga. And Ambika, that is Durga, offered a shield with hundreds of moons, Shatachandram. So normally a sword and a shield, both are there. She offered a shield with 100 moons. And Somo, Amritamayan Ashwam. Soma offered horses of nectar. Horses of nectar. And Tvashta Rupashrayam Ratam. Tvashta here refers to Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma offered a chariot. Rupashrayam means a beautiful chariot. And next sloka that will end. Agnir Ajagavam Chapam Suryo Rashmimayam Ishun Bhu Paduke Yogamayav Dyav Pushpavalim Anvaham. So Agni offered a chapam means a bow. A bow made of Ajagavam. Aja refers to goat, Gava refers to the cow. Agni offered a bow made of goat and a cow horn. A bow made of the horn of a goat and the cow. And Suryo Rashmimayan Ishun. The sun god offered arrows. Ishun means arrows. Arrows made of light rays. Rashmimayan. And Bhu Paduke Yogamayav. Earth offered Paduke, shoes, in the Dvivachan. And these shoes had Yogamayav, they had magical power. And Dyav means the sky, offered Pushpavalim Anvaham. Pushpa Avalim, that means a stream of flowers. Anvaham means daily. Sky offered a stream of flowers daily. In this way, how different personalities, they actually offer different gifts to Prthu Maharaj. And then we will see in the next section, very beautiful section. We will, and then how different personalities came to glorify Prthu Maharaj. That's from the 19th shloka. And then what is Prthu Maharaj's response? That's the last section of this chapter. Very beautiful verses spoken by Prthu Maharaj. We will see that in the next class. So Prabhupada, 1 minute. Prabhupada's purport. The demigods presented various gifts to Prthu. Hari gave the Sudarshan disc, and Prthu was a partial incarnation of the Supreme Lord. The Sudarshan disc given to him represented the partial power of the original Sudarshan disc. The Sudarshan disc also had the partial power of the original Sudarshan disc. So king's slippers were invested with the mystic powers. Paduke Yoga Mayaya. That means as soon as the king placed his feet in the slippers, they would immediately carry him wherever he desired. So mystic yogis can transfer themselves from one place to another whenever they desire. A similar power was invested in the slippers of Prthu. So then the Suta, Magadha and Mandi, they will come to glorify Prthu Maharaj. And what is Prthu Maharaj's response? So that we'll see in the next class. Next class we'll complete this chapter. Hare Krishna. He came some land here. ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय।